look at the journey I'm on right now of self-growth and all of these discoveries I'm having, all just from me starting the conversation of, ooh, I need a hobby. And what does that hobby look like? And maybe I need a challenging hobby. Maybe it's not a hobby that automatically feels fun to me. And what does that challenge look like? And what is that challenge going to show me?
You are always attracting energy into your life. The question is, what can you be mindful about attracting? I'm Shannon Bills, mindset mentor, energy healer, and intuitive reader. And today, we're having mindfulness for breakfast.
Good morning. I have a fun journey I'll take us on today. At least that's always my goal, is to take us on a random rant of whatever is on my heart and my mind. So first thing is, I have no nail polish on. Now you're like, okay, what? Who cares? Well, there's a reason for this. Getting my nails done is one of my favorite. Yes, it's a form of self-care. It's a form of self-love. It's a form of relaxation. But to me, it's just so routine. Like it fills the routineness. It fills the routine cup. Like every 2 to 3 weeks, I get a manicure. And then every month, I get a manicure pedicure. And I love it. So it's very weird for me to not have anything on my nails right now. But I'm getting used to it. And I'm trying to do things that are just different from my normal routine. And I think that's the theme of today. I'll go back to the paintless nails in a second. Last month, I was feeling a little burnt out because that was when I officially stopped working on my shifts course. As you know, I've been talking about it. My 11-week course took me many, many, many months, and a lot of my time and energy went into channeling to make a course that I think is so beneficial to any and all creatives of the world. So last month was very much a kick the feet up, do nothing, reset your energy month. But then there came a point where I was like, ooh, I can tell I'm in a little bit of a funk. I can tell my energy is wanting to just kind of hang tight for a minute, which is not a bad thing, by the way. If you go through weeks, months, even years of energy just being stored and not moving, there's no momentum, there's nothing happening, there is still something happening. Sometimes it just takes a couple years to compound and do something about it. So I want you to take that pressure off if you are in one of those season cycles or phases where you're like, ugh, nothing's happening. I feel like my energy's stuck. It's not necessarily stuck. It's just building up for whenever that perfect time comes for you to do something with that energy. But for me, I'm very good at interpreting, deciphering what is going on in my mind, body, and spirit. And I knew that I was in a little bit of a funk and I was just craving something. And that is exactly my words that I said to one of my best friends, Steph, who is another intuitive healer like me. And she was like, you're not stuck. You just need newness. Like you need a new routine, a new hobby, just new energy, new something. And when she said the word hobby, I was like, ooh, that feels good. I feel like when you are a kid, it's very normal to have a bunch of different hobbies. You go to gymnastics and cheerleading and dance and to theater, and you go shopping with your friends, and you go to singing lessons, and maybe you have softball practice. Like we are filled with hobbies. We're full-time students going to school, functioning little humans. We fill our cup up with so many different things. And I don't think we do enough of that as adults. I think at first glance, an adult that has many hobbies like that, people are usually like, whoa, wait, you are back in singing lessons, or you are back in this art class? That's so cool. Like, everyone's just shocked when I've seen that happen before, whether that is me being the one that has the hobby or me saying it to somebody that has the hobby. And I think it is so important for us to be exploring hobbies, and not just hobbies that right off the bat feel so fun, but hobbies that challenge us, hobbies that can develop new skills and fire off new creative ideas. And one hobby that has been at the top of my hobby list, I don't remember if when I started the podcast last year, my hobby at that time, and it was really only one class, I didn't really make too much out of it, but I took a magic class and it was so fun. I still have the videos to kind of learn and practice because, oh my God, you would have, I mean, I'm sure you do have an idea how technical a magic trick is, but I did learn two, and I have not touched those cards in a while, which is another theme I'm going to get to today. But that was like the hobby of the month, was learning magic and practicing it. A couple months before that, I spent about 6 months getting back in singing lessons. I haven't done any singing lessons since I was in high school. And I used to do singing lessons every single week. Not because I had anything to prep, but to just do it for fun. So I've, in the past, picked adult hobbies that feel easy and fun to just kind of jump right into. And so one thing that has always been on my list, but felt like a challenge, was pottery. So that's why I actually have no nails right now, because I didn't know what to expect in pottery. I know you shouldn't have long nails. I didn't know if clay would stain my nails. So I am paintless right now because I decided to sign up for a pottery class. And it's a commitment because it is 2 hours a week for 4 weeks. And that's not just a one and done class, which the last thing I did was a one and done magic class. This is something that is going to take a little bit of time to develop. And I've never really done, like, the arts as a whole are really big, but under the umbrella of the arts, you have singing, dancing, acting, but then fashion is art. Then you have the painters of the world. Art in general is just such a massive umbrella. And I've always been the artistic kid that did more of the singing, dancing, acting, never the painter, pottery maker, drawer, colorer. I've never been good at that. Like, art class in school, I was not the student whose artwork got hung during parent-teacher conference, or you know what I mean? Like, I was fine at it. But funny enough, my husband, that's one of his biggest hobbies, is painting, and he is a beautiful painter. A lot of his paintings are in our home, and he sells them on Etsy. Shout out to my husband. Anyways, so pottery felt a little scary to me. One, because of the commitment to it, and two, because I knew going in, I'm going in blindly. I knew that I would really going to be feeling like a beginner here. And I was going to sign up for the pottery class last month, but I had resistance. I just kept pushing it away, holding off on signing up. And one day I went to my friend and I'm like, hey, I'm having some resistance towards signing up for this pottery class. I'm wondering if this is just maybe not the right hobby for me to explore right now. Maybe I need to try something different. And she's like, well, why don't you want to sign up? My friend Steph is very like tough. She's like, well, why don't you want to sign up? Is it going to be hard? You think it's going to be hard? Yeah, I think it's going to be challenging. Well, that's why you don't want to sign up. Like, why not try something that's hard? I'm like, okay, yeah, okay, you got me. I guess I got to sign up for something that feels hard. But then I sat with it and I'm like, no, she's absolutely right. That is why I have this resistance, because it doesn't feel like this natural, easy, fun thing. It feels like a challenge. And I've never really go after, I don't want to say a big statement like that. I never really go after things that feel like a challenge, because being a business owner, that rules that out right away. But hobby-wise, anything not work-wise, I definitely play it safe. And so I signed up for the pottery class. I had my first session, 2-hour session this week. And it was exactly what I thought. It was equal parts challenging. Like my whatever thing I was making totally flopped. I had to get a new ball, start over. I barely remember any of the hand movements. It was challenging. And I'm literally going on TikToks and finding like how to do the ram's head folds. That's a way you like prep. And there's all these different things that I'm learning, right? And obviously it takes time to master these things. But it was also equal parts so relaxing. So beyond relaxing. They had spa piano music playing, and you can't be on your phone. Your hands are in the clay. They are wet and they are dirty. And for 2 hours, you're working with clay. And I really don't think there's ever been a time I've had 2 full hours from just being completely detached from my phone or talking to anybody else. I mean, that sounds like a big statement. But if I'm going about my day to day, that's just generally not happening. And I loved the mindfulness of it all. Something that one of my intuitive healers would tell me when I was working with her years ago, I might have talked about her, Helena, who always has wonderful wisdom to give me. And she's like, Shannon, I just see you putting your hands in clay. Get your hands in some clay. And I always thought it was a metaphor, just getting your hands dirty and things. But I also think she was literal about it. And it took me this long to kind of figure out, hey, maybe I should try pottery. It always was something that intrigued me, but I didn't know that it would touch my soul. I guess that's how I'm going to say it, the way that it did. Like, it was so relaxing and peaceful and equal parts challenging. And I think there's this part of me that actually one of my best friends brought to my attention this week, because she said, Shannon, are you going to continue on with pottery after this? Do you think this is going to be something that you really want to work on and grow in and master skills in? And my first answer was like, I don't know. And she said to me, Shannon, if I can just give you even 10% of the competitiveness that I have, you would be thriving. She said something like that. Those weren't her exact words, but it really triggered me in the best way. Because anytime I'm getting an emotional reaction from somebody, I know that I'm meant to follow those breadcrumbs of why it's triggering me and what it's actually showing me. The work that I do, self-mastery work, right? We're never just like, why did you say that? That was mean. That hurt my feelings. I'm like, ooh, that made me feel a certain type of way, to go, I'm not competitive and I never really cared to be the best. And I've always kind of been that jack of all trades, never master of one type girl. But there's something changing within me that really wants this challenge. I think I want to put myself out here to all of you guys to say, you know what? No, like, why not try to get good and master this and really work through something hard? Because 4 2-hour classes, yeah, that's a commitment. And yeah, that's, training your skill set a little bit. But what if I dedicated 3 months to this or 6 months to this and going after hours to practice working with it? It just really got me thinking that I pride myself so much in not being a competitive person and not being one that is a perfectionist and not being one that ever really cares that deeply into making something so completely perfect. I've never been that way. But maybe there's a deeper fear that I'm unlocking of, maybe it's fear of failure, fear of rejection. I'm sure it is. I'm going to have to do a little meditation on myself, and I'll circle back and let you guys know what my findings are. But it really got me thinking that I want to get a little bit more competitive. And maybe it just starts with pottery, and we'll see what that peppers into eventually. But yeah, I think that's kind of the journey I'm on today that I wanted to just share out loud with you guys. And I think the breakfast item that I have for you today, picking apart my rambly conversation here, is one, maybe you're exploring a hobby. Hobbies are so important because look at the journey I'm on right now of self-growth and self-mastery, and all of these discoveries I'm having that is allowing me to grow, all just from me starting the conversation of, ooh, I need a hobby, and what does that hobby look like? And maybe I need a challenging hobby. Maybe it's not a hobby that automatically feels fun to me. And what does that challenge look like? And what is that challenge going to show me? So maybe that's the breakfast item today, is starting to follow those breadcrumbs. Maybe this conversation sparked something in you, and I want you to just sit with that today. And maybe it's trying something new, putting yourself out there, switching your routine up, doing something different that is slightly challenging and out of your comfort zone to see how it blossoms. So take with that what you will. Make your own breakfast item today from my conversation with you. I hope that it's allowing you to think about how you can expand your life, just like I'm doing here. And let me know how it goes. I will see you next week.